Cancer. Have you ever felt as though one day everything in your life would shatter, never to return the same? A day you cannot escape because the universe has written it solely for you. The 14th of September is that moment. A door will close not to steal anything away, but to open before you a truth you have long been too afraid to face. Do not think of this as merely a farewell. This is the righteous verdict of destiny, the hand of God restoring balance to your heart. And on that day, your soul will be called by name. If you are hearing these words, it is no accident. Let your heart choose the light by pressing subscribe as a sacred seal, and step with me into part 1, where you will understand why this separation is not an ending, but a doorway of liberation for you. Cancer. Have you ever felt that some losses in life do not come to take away, but to return to you the justice your soul has been waiting for all along? The 14th of September is not just a date on a calendar. It is a moment when the universe whispers to you, I am not taking anything from you. I am only opening the path for you to come back to yourself. And in the stillness of that day, you will realize that separation has never been the final period. It is the invisible pen writing the next chapter in the journey of the Cancer soul. I have witnessed countless American hearts in their later years weeping through endless nights. Marriages thought to be unbreakable, promises believed eternal, suddenly shattering like glass. Some collapsed, thinking their life had ended, yet as time passed, they began to see through new eyes. The one who left was not a thief of their soul. That person was simply a messenger sent to close a chapter that had grown too long, too weary, so the soul could step freely into a new season. And for Cancer, that is the sacred justice God Himself has arranged. God has never turned His face away from your tears. He has seen every sleepless night, heard every sigh no one else could. He has seen the wounds you hide behind your smile and the silence you carry against your chest. And sometimes the departure of a person is not injustice, but the way He clears the soil of your soul to plant new seeds, the seeds of pure love, of peace, of faith, and of blessings you once thought could never come. I remember once an American woman shared her story with me. She had lived with her husband for more than 30 years, bound by a lifetime she believed nothing could divide. Yet one day he left without turning back. That night, she fell to her knees, prayed in despair, wept like a child abandoned. She said her heart felt like an abandoned house, empty and cold. But then in the stillness, she suddenly felt an invisible embrace around her, not from a human, but from the divine. And in that moment, she realized this was not a loss, but a release. It made me understand that some separations do not break you, but set you free. For Cancer loves too much, gives too much sacrifices, too much, until sometimes you forget that your soul also needs to be cherished, also needs to be protected. And so God Himself intervenes, cutting away the rope of bondage so you may return to your own heart. Perhaps you too have asked, how could they walk away when I gave them my entire world? But Cancer, do not forget, God has seen everything. He knows your love was true. He knows you gave without measure. And because of that, He will never leave you in the hands of those unworthy. Their leaving is not punishment, but protection. He is leading you back to yourself so you may stand tall, free, and radiant. Close your eyes for a moment, breathe deeply, and listen to the rhythm of your heart. Do you hear it? It is the pulse of life, of a new journey beginning. Each heartbeat is a message that you are still here and you have never been abandoned. And so the question arises, after this sacred justice has been given, what will guide Cancer forward? What signs from the universe will appear to show you that you are walking the very path God has destined for you? They may be the repeating numbers 11, 12, 22, 444. a feather falling when confusion grips you most, or a song rising like a message meant only for you. But all of that will be revealed in the next part. Stay with me for part 2. We'll unveil the signals the universe is sending to Cancer just before the fated day of the 14th of September. And if in your life you have lived through a separation only to later realize it was sacred justice for you, write it below as a ritual of the soul, as a mark that proves you have truly crossed through and now stand upon the threshold of a new beginning. Cancer, I will speak to you not only as a storyteller, but as a master who has endured many storms, who has sat beside hundreds of American souls in their 50 seconds, 60 seconds, 70 seconds, souls once shattered by loss yet who rose again into the Prasasek light. I have listened to them through the years, to every whisper, every tear. And I know that what I am about to share is not theory, but the living testimony of the human heart. On the 14th of September, the universe will touch your life, Cancer. That day is not a random day, but a breaking point where a great farewell will unfold. Yet you must understand this clearly. This is not loss. This is sacred justice. It is the moment when God places his hand upon the scales and whispers, I return justice to this soul. The one who leaves does not carry away your light. They only take with them the shadows you have borne for far too long. After many years of sitting with broken hearts, I have realized one thing. In the twilight of life, there are those who still ache with the question, was I ever good enough for them to stay? That question, like a sharp blade, has pierced their hearts for decades. But then when they pause, when they sit in silence and pray, they realize that person never stole their soul. That person came only to fulfill a role in the journey, then departed to open the path for a new chapter. I remember one evening in a small church in Boston, a woman in her early 60 seconds sat in the last pew, holding a white candle, silently weeping. She told me her husband had left after more than 30 years together. She had felt abandoned, betrayed, forgotten. Yet that night, as she knelt and sobbed, she felt as though an unseen pair of arms wrapped around her. She knew it was the embrace of God. From that moment, she no longer looked at separation as a sentence, but as a release. And I saw a light in her eyes, not because he returned, but because she realized she had never been alone. Cancer, remember this. God has never turned his back on your pain. He has seen every night you cried alone, every moment you sat in silence, with your hands pressed against your heart, believing no one remained. The departure of that person, though you may not yet understand it, is his way of protecting you, like a father removing shards of broken glass from his child's hand so they would stop bleeding. He knows you have given too much loved, too deeply sacrificed until you forgot yourself, and he will not allow your soul to be bound any longer. Perhaps you are thinking, but why me? Why is it always me who must endure the greatest goodbyes? I want you to know, it is not because you are weak, but because you are stronger than you believe. God knows that only you can transform sorrow into light separation, into beginning. He knows that even if you fall into the deepest abyss, you will climb out with faith and compassion burning in your heart. Imagine your heart as a garden. Some trees have withered, their leaves fallen, their roots decayed. You keep them thinking they are all you have. But one day God sends the wind to carry them away. You watch in pain as they leave. But in that empty soil, new seeds push through, and you will be astonished to realize loss does not destroy you. It only clears the ground for rebirth. Over the years, listening to countless hearts, I have heard the same story repeated again and again, woven into broken marriages, ruptured friendships, loved ones taken away. And yet, the pattern is always the same. Each believed their life had ended. But in the end, they found another door. And Cancer, you are the final soul in the zodiac. the one who carries both the pain and the light of the 11 signs before you. You are the most vulnerable and yet the one most attuned to heaven's whisper. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and listen to the rhythm of your heart. Each beat is not just life, but confirmation that you are ready for the 14th of September. Do not be afraid. Do not believe you have lost everything, for sacred justice is unfolding. Yet one question still lingers in the air. How will you know you are truly walking the right path? What signs will the universe send? Could it be the numbers? 1112224444 feathers falling at the very moment you feel lost? Or a 43 feathers falling? Melody, playing in a small store that makes your heart tremble as though you have been called by name. Cancer, those secrets are waiting for you ahead. And part 2 will open that door to show you the unmistakable signs that God and the various basins universe have placed along your way. Stay, and if you have ever endured a separation only to realize it was not loss but divine justice, write it down below as a soul's ritual. Let your words become light, guiding you and someone else who needs to hear this truth. Cancer, after the 14th of September, you will discover something extraordinary. What you thought was lost was only a seed being planted deep in the soil. The universe never leaves you empty-handed. He only does what must be done, clearing the old earth so that prosperity and pure love may bloom. I have seen many cancers beyond 60 years old believing their lives had ended after heartbreak. Yet at the age they thought only loneliness remained, they found love again. Not loud, not hurried, but tender and peaceful. It seems the universe always saves its rewards for the hearts that have endured and still dare to believe. In Scripture, there is a promise: after the night comes the dawn, after suffering comes great joy. God has never allowed a heart that can surrender to live in emptiness. He has seen everything you gave. He knows all you lost. And He is preparing a gift greater than anything you have ever dreamed. It is a law that cannot be broken. No loss exists merely to break you. Every loss clears the way for a new blessing. I will never forget the story of a cancer man I once met. After his wife left, he believed his life had ended. He lived in silence, afraid to ever open his heart again. Yet one day, in a chance meeting at church, he found a new soulmate. That person did not arrive to fill the void, but to bring him what he had long sought: peace. He told me, "If not for that separation, I would never have realized that I could still love and still be loved." This is the truth. It is the deepest cracks that allow the brightest light to enter. For Cancer, this is not only personal experience, it is a mission. You have been given a sacred place in the turning of the universe to be living proof that every ending is only a doorway into a new season of bloom. On the 14th of September, you will no longer see that day as the day you lost someone. You will see it as the day you found yourself again. In your lighter breath, your freer smile, the reflection of new light in your eyes, you will know you have been reborn. So right now, place your hand upon your heart. Feel its rhythm. Do you sense it? A new life is flowing through your veins. A life you thought was lost now, returning stronger than ever. And the journey does not end here. The light within you is not only to illuminate yourself, but to shine upon others. In the next chapter, we will go deeper into the journey of Cancer, becoming living proof of the soul's strength, so that you will not only be healed, but become a source of healing. Cancer, do not forget, seal your choice with a like, share, and subscribe as a marquee sent to heaven. I have chosen the light, and let this light spread, touching other hearts that are waiting to be awakened. Cancer, if you have walked with me to this very moment, allow me to whisper something simple yet profound. You have not been lost. Your heart has never run dry. And life, after all its winding turns, still holds for you the most beautiful gifts. The 14th of September will no longer be the day you remember with pain. It will become the day you softly smile and say, "This is my beginning." For loss does not define you, but the way you rise again in love is the true mark of your soul. Believe that when one door closes, God has already prepared another to open, filled with light, love, and peace that you are worthy of. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Let your chest fill completely. Then exhale gently and realize that your heart still beats, still endures, still longs. That is the clearest sign that you have so much left to live, to love, to embrace. And no one can take that from you. If you are listening to these words, I believe you are not only hearing with your ears, but also feeling with your soul. And your soul deserves to be reminded you are worthy, you are loved, and you are never alone. I want to send you my gratitude for bravely opening your heart, for allowing yourself to be touched, for walking beside me through this journey. And more than anything, I want to bless you. May the days ahead bring you joy in the smallest of things, love in places you least expect, and the gentle protection of God surrounding you. Remember, every heartbeat is a declaration that you are still here to keep writing your story. And I believe that story will shine more brilliantly than ever before. If these words have touched you, leave a trace, a message, a like, a share, as a soul's ritual, so that your light may reach many more hearts and carry this blessing with you. As a gift, may you always be at peace, always be loved, and always find the path that leads you back to the light.